You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After Show.
I'm so down with this song. I don't know, it's been everywhere for me this week. So it's like, it's here now with the rest of you guys, our fans and followers listening to us. Hey everybody, it's Being Humans AFTERBUZZ TV podcast. Welcome back.
Yeah, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. That's why my lips are so dry. I've been drinking too much beer the last several days.
Save water, drink beer.
That's right.
That's what my shirt says.
We're in a drought here in California, so that's very relevant, Kelly.
You know, you got to do what you got to do to help the environment.
We're on season 4, episode 10. Oh, Don't You Die For Me. I'm your host, Shano, and I'm joined here once again
Kelly. With Kelly.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking about some awesome topics tonight. It was a good episode. Am I right?
Yeah. Just one little thing I didn't like, but we both, you know.
We'll talk about it. We'll discuss our gripes about that. Mm-hmm. Sally kisses Aidan. Oh my goodness, it actually happens, and we'll tell you how if you didn't watch the episode. By the way, you should be watching the episodes before listening to our podcast.
Pause this and come back to us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Josh gets wolf-napped. Suzanna goes loco. She goes off the deep end, man. More than the deep end. And Nora starts moving out, which is, we'll just throw that in there and discuss that. Yeah, because, hey, Nora's important too. Or at least she was at some point. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's go ahead and start talking about Sally kissing Aidan.
Not in the way you expected.
Not at all. Did you? Okay, so how surprised were you, Kelly, when you got to see the big, huge, goofiest, strongest guy making out with Aidan?
Super, it was hilarious but sweet at the same time, and he was into it. I was not expecting it at all. It was really funny, and I guess it still worked.
It did. It definitely worked, and they had to do. I'm so glad that they did do the camera circling them
to
and
show her, so it's less awkward.
Exactly, changing into Sally.
I mean, she should have picked Mark. At least he's a pretty boy, you know, not a big, giant guy that's I don't know.
Yeah,
well, picked a different
see,
wolf.
that's why it was so hilarious. Now, I wasn't too surprised because I was looking at SyFy Sync on my iPad, and I got to see scenes from the next episode, which was tonight's episode, and I was like, what? See, I was standing up in my living room and just I was showing the iPad to my wife. I was like, what? Look at what's going on. That's so crazy. Yeah. And she was confused, but it was sweet, and she was grossed out at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good scene. It was very enjoyable. I'm glad I got to see it again, on a bigger screen and with high def and everything and good surround sound.
Just to make sure it actually happened too, because it was weird.
Because I wanted to see it again, just to get the full effect. But it was just great. We had some good. You actually had a good point, Kelly, when we were talking about, why doesn't she just possess Aidan?
Because when she possessed Josh, he had some memories of the old timeline.
Yes.
So that'd be kind of easier.
See, that would make sense that she should just possess Aidan, right? But as we're thinking, we haven't come across any vampire that's been possessed by a ghost, am I right?
No, yeah.
So I'm proposing, perhaps the reason why is because the wolves are still alive, especially if, they're in human form, right? They're still alive, they're still breathing bodies, people, whereas vampires, they're undead. They don't have a pulse. They don't have a heartbeat. Sure, their mind is there, but do they have a soul any further? Can they be possessed because they're undead? And the answer is probably no, and that's why we haven't seen one.
I think she just wanted to make out with him. I think that's why. Because
could...
they never said that vampires can't be possessed by ghosts. So I think she just wanted to do the action herself.
And it was definitely more entertaining for us to have this situation go down. It's so funny because this guy, they never even have said his name yet, have they?
No, just the guy that broke his arm.
Yeah, exactly. The big wolf that got his arm broken during that crazy baby shower over at the Being Human house, right? So even this episode, Mark was like, "Oh, hey, man. Hey, nice to see you. Glad you can make it." And he like gives him like a hug or a high five or something. And
how's your arm?
Yeah, how's your arm? They never even said his name the whole episode. So, but that was it's just a funny scene, a great scene. Yeah. A little bit much earlier in the episode, Sally confesses, and the whole reason why she does this is because she backtrack even further. She sees Aidan in the hallway. And he is... Without
a shirt. Just in a towel.
Just in a towel.
Visually pleasing to all women everywhere, I'm sure.
Of course. Very good.
Liked it.
Good-looking, buff vampire.
Yeah.
Right? And he's walking around the Being Human house in a towel, and Sally's like, "Oh my goodness, I'm remembering things we did."
From the other timeline. You know, you could, I guess... Even though she moved into this timeline, she still has all that memory and all those feelings from the other timeline.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of them that easily.
Yeah. You know what's actually funny? I'm thinking like really nerdy right now. I'm thinking like Star Trek and maintaining the time-space continuum, and you can't tell people about what happened in the previous timelines because it'll like contaminate and pollute and ruin this timeline. So she doesn't abide by any of that. Sally's just like sallying everything up, right?
Just work, and it kind of works out, so... We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but we did get to see that the feelings were tearing her up so much inside. She couldn't even have an impartial friend advice session with Aidan like they used to before.
Yeah, she got super kind of jealous. Like, oh, she's not right for you. She's not. Oh, neither are they. Neither are they.
Yeah, she was just naming off all the reasons why Susanna's not right, Kat's not right, all those other women, they're not good for you because they don't know how you are day to day. I'm here all the time for you. I know how it. Well, she didn't say I am.
She said you need a person that needs to know that you're not perfect and you mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like, that person doesn't exist. Hey, kind of technically doesn't, considering she's a ghost.
That's true.
But yeah.
Yeah. So just her essence is there. That's it. It's like she's kind of like this model, this paradigm that she wants to exist, but he can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
So she spills the beans to Nora, and were they in the Being Human house right then, or were they?
She was. Nora was moving all her stuff.
Okay.
They were having like girl talk.
Yeah, that's right. And she said it would take a couple hours for her to move her stuff, so they ended up having that girl talk
About the timeline, about how because Nora was taking Tylenol or something, aspirin. She's like, no, don't.
That's right. She did a ghost foul.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to, like, whoosh your aspirin away from you. I just didn't want you to become a druggie.
Good thought.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Very exaggerated, but well done. And then she was like, okay, wait. You can't give me just the cliff notes here and the highlights. You got to tell me the whole thing. And as girls often do with each other, you share everything. So Sally ended up sharing everything, and we ellipsed to another scene with some of the other characters. So that's good though. That's good that now Nora knows, and well, Josh obviously doesn't know anything because he's over with the wolf pack, right? And Aidan, she can't tell anything to Aidan because he's gonna be like, wait, what? He's gonna feel weird probably.
But then Nora tells him when it's kind of too late, but it's not really too late because she's gonna bounce back, Sally. Yeah. But like Sally's after bouncing through all those wolf bodies, she kind of got comatose, and just like
there's something was definitely wrong with her. Do you think that possessing a wolf as a ghost, it takes more energy out of you than would possessing a human?
I think just possessing kind of takes, because I feel like even when she was possessing people, she would get sick too, right? But not like that sick.
Yeah.
But she was going rapid fire, kind of through Wolf.
That's right, and not only that, but she was getting beat up in a way, right? She was each body she possessed got knocked out, so that's a lot of sensory overload, and the whole and if I remember correctly from season 2, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Season 2, when the whole point of a ghost possessing a person was to feel things because they couldn't feel anything anymore, and they get all the senses, and she's getting sensory overload. She's getting beat up by Aidan over and over again. That must have messed her up.
I think so. But then she wakes up in Lil Smokey's room, which is kind of exciting for next episode because, hey, we almost forgot about Lil Smokey. All these like loose ends that we got to get tied up.
That's right. Finally.
So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that was that was some good stuff in this episode. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
But speaking of other episodes, we're actually going to be having our awesome boss here at AfterBuzz TV, Maria Menounos' new show is coming out on the Oxygen Network tomorrow. I'm excited. And I'm actually going to throw it over to Maria so she can talk about it.
Tuesdays on Oxygen.
I'm Maria Menounos, and my life can get a little crazy. I host Extra. I'm an actor, producer, dancer, wrestler, and a lot of other things. I live with Kevin, my boyfriend of 15 years. Do you really love me?
I would say that I'm in serious like.
And my parents. Yep, I just said I live with my parents.
You drive me crazy.
You drive me crazy. My parents want us to get married.
You both love each other. Get married.
Kevin and I don't. I am going to get married when I want to get married. I think I want kids. Kevin definitely doesn't want them now.
This is being pushed on to us.
And of course, my parents wanted them yesterday.
This year, you gotta have it.
And I have a house full of people counting on me financially.
If I take my eye off the ball, everything can fall apart.
It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or wants us to do. It's what we want to do.
Everyone thinks that they know what's best for me, but I'm really the only one.
I have got to figure things out.
Chasing Maria Menounos is so new. Every Tuesday at 10/9 Central, starting March 18, only on Oxygen.
There you go. Thank you so much for that special word, Maria.
Yeah, thanks, Maria.
So let's go ahead and talk about Josh getting wolf-napped. Man, that guy he went into such a bad situation. And I was actually looking at some of my tweets from earlier today. I was looking at, let's see, well, not my tweets. I was looking at some tweets about being human, and at Zev Hadash, he got retweeted by Being Human. And he said, "I'm not liking this pack turning tonight, #BeingHuman." And he has a meme of Admiral Akbar from Star Wars saying, "It's a trap!" And seriously, it was a total trap, man. It was, I couldn't believe, we got sucked in it too. But
I kind of knew something was up. And you even said, I don't trust this guy.
They were treating him way too nice.
Yeah.
And they were saying, "Oh, you're going to be our leader."
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, Alpha," or something. Or, yeah, that's what they were saying, leader, too. When Mark hugged him, "You're the leader now."
Yeah. It was just like, there's no way Mark, especially him being such an alpha male, an amog, there's no way that he was going to turn over everything that easily. And he was even buttering Josh up so much. Everybody was. They were even saying to him like, "Oh man, it's when I saw you change, it's like pheromones. I couldn't fight that. It's total wolf senses now."
Yeah. Even Sam Witwer, he tweeted like, who's like the biggest douchebags this season, right?
Yeah.
Wolves or vampires? Wolves totally are. Because, come on.
They are.
They're so, like, that Mark guy, man. And how they got all these, like, innocent humans.
That's right.
To just want to turn. And where's Wendy, too? So many.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just considering that. Like, did he just kill her? Did Mark just go up and like bite the hell out of her and leave her to die in a ditch somewhere?
I feel like he probably did. I don't trust that guy.
Yeah, man, seriously, he is like Charles Manson right there, trying to manipulate everybody. And even Josh said it. He was like, "Dude, are you turning us into the Manson family?
Yeah.
What's going on here?"
But Andrew was the guy that was like, "Oh no, this was my idea, because now that I have a wolf baby, you could like enjoy having wolf babies too. It's not the same."
No,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. And they have all these sick and weird justifications for them using Josh. They're really using him as a tool to increase their pack. And who knows what kind of powers the new people will have when they get scratched by Josh. If they will be able to change the same way not just more than once a month, anytime they want, essentially.
Yeah. That's probably why they wanted to use him too, not just because he could control it, but also because maybe they'll be like shapeshifter kind of people, not just wolves, like Josh kind of is now.
Yeah, he is more. Yeah, he's pretty much more than a wolf. He can just if he can change at will, man, he really can shapeshift, and that's amazing.
Yeah, he's like the Hulk though, because he gets like provoked and he gets turned into it, and he can't control that.
He's the Hulk wolf.
Yeah.
Not the man wolf anymore, the Hulk wolf. But I thought that actually blew me away at the beginning of this episode when he just showed them. I feel like he turned to them because everything just going south with him and Nora, and the house wasn't getting too torn apart, but I think that started it, you know?
And I think also because he knew Nora kind of liked them, right? And he thought maybe Nora would feel like, oh, he's kind of becoming a normal wolf again if he hangs out with a pack. I don't know.
Perhaps. Or it could just be he's like,
and he needed a friend, and he liked that they thought of him as an alpha. He also mentioned that he thought it was cool that they included him as like the big guy, which was that's what their plan was, you know, to make him feel like the leader and then cage him up.
They totally trapped him.
Yeah.
So they wolf-napped his ass, and they started cattle prodding him, electrocuting him to encourage him to change.
Yeah, to provoke him.
To totally provoke him. And that was actually, I feel like that was the first time we got such a good close-up of the wolf paw or the wolf hand. It was really fascinating the way they didn't have to show everything. They just showed like his hand and like his shoulder and some of his face.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It was really good special effects in that scene.
Yeah. Crazy town wolves.
Yes, damn pack of wolves, those crazy ass wolves.
But luckily, one of them was pretty good, Astrid.
Astrid, the one that's dating Kenny.
The vampire, yeah.
That's right, the leader of the vampires.
Yeah.
So Astrid, she went over there. Kenny was really nice. He even said that, oh, I packed you
2 rump roasts.
2 rump roasts in your change bag and some extra clothes and whatever. He's just naming off all kinds of stuff.
It's kind of sweet.
It's kind of sweet. They're a good match for each other.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, me
They're
too.
Really cute couple. She's a really cute chick.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for Kenny.
Right? Well, because he could compel himself into like a good-looking dude, probably.
Of course.
Yeah.
Into as good-looking of a dude as he can be.
Yeah.
He's grown up to be such a great, ruthless vampire. Let's see. Anything else to add on the wolf napping?
Well, Nora kind of saves Josh, which kind of, I guess, maybe, I don't know if she forgives him yet, but at least we know that she at least cares for him that much to kind of save him, because then Aidan is left alone with all those wolves, and that's when the Sally thing happens. But so there's still hope for Josh and Nora.
There definitely is still hope, and that's gonna be part of my prediction.
Me too.
I'm saving that for the end.
Yeah.
Susana goes loco. This was the most aggressive I feel we've seen Susana the whole season so far. And
well, that and when she started whipping herself, kind of. But this was aggressive towards other people.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Kind of crazy soccer mom.
Oh.
But even crazier.
Beyond.
Like, crazy mom.
She wanted to wipe out Kenny. She wanted Aidan to go after him, and she was using Aidan's guilt of the woman he killed, like, a couple episodes ago, 3 episodes ago. She was trying to use that against him.
But it wasn't really working. I think she wanted him to kill Kenny, so it's kind of equal, like, I killed Isaac, you killed Kenny, so now you know how I feel.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like, I'm not gonna do that. Just forgive yourself. Just forget. And she can't,
And she couldn't do
all
it.
Those years, like 200 plus years of dealing with that guilt. I mean, how could you,
Yeah, she's been denying it. That was a really interesting point that Aidan brought up. It was like an epiphany. Everything she's been doing, it wasn't about killing the vampires because they kill other people, because they turned her, because she doesn't want them to turn anybody else. So what's she gonna keep doing? If this continued and she was like a vampire slayer, she'd be like the only vampire left. She would have to kill herself if she wanted to like abide by the whole like her code that she has.
Well, she mentioned it in an earlier scene. She's like, listen, if I was brave enough, I would have been dust centuries ago. So she wasn't brave enough to kill herself. That's why she just took it out on other vampires. because she like was so guilty, but she was not strong enough or like brave enough to kill herself.
Yeah.
Until I guess this scene.
Yes.
It's like a weird scene.
Yeah, let's talk about this, Kelly, because
Yeah.
you and I are just befuddled here. We have no idea what happened with this. So, did she kill herself? Let's boil it down to this: did she kill herself, or did Aidan kill her?
He kept saying, forgive yourself, and they're both holding the stake thing.
Yeah.
And she's crying. And then the hands just move into her.
Yeah.
And
it like casually moved.
Yeah.
It wasn't like really, you couldn't tell who did it. It's so ambiguous. Did she want to kill herself? Did she succeed? Did she just think about it at the last second to do it? Has she been thinking about it for hundreds of years? And then she finally got the guts to do it with Aidan holding it halfway?
Yeah.
Did Aidan kill her because he was protecting Kenny? His only son now?
Or did he kill her because he couldn't forgive her? Either, maybe. But I mean, he didn't really show many feelings. Like,
no.
He didn't really look sad or look shocked or anything. So maybe he killed her. But even if he killed her, like, I feel like he would have been like sad because that was his wife.
Perhaps, yeah. I could definitely see that happening. I want to say that there was so much going on this episode. Aidan about to lose his son, right? And then now he loses his wife that he thought was dead, and he gets kissed by this big black wolf, and he doesn't know why Sally did that to him. So he's just so confused, and they probably needed him. They needed Sam Witwer to probably stick with be more of a one-track mind for this episode. Like, okay, I'm gonna kill my wife out of necessity, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it, but I need to explore the feelings with Sally and what happened to her. So that's probably where they wanted us to go, where they wanted the audience to feel more, because it would have been so weird to have Aidan bouncing around and like maybe crying and then be confused about Sally. So they just had him be strong this time.
I mean, he's been flip-flopping this whole season with like Kat for a hot minute, and then Suzanna, and then now Sally. So I mean, I guess he's got to get his feelings in order. I just wish Suzanna went out more gloriously, like it was more like not just like whoops.
And maybe that's why they did it, because that happens too often. Like, we have the vampires get killed and it's like this big fight. It's never like an ambiguous quick kind of thing. In this, I didn't expect, I was expecting her to die, not this way and not this episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it was either her or Kenny. That's who I expected to die. And I thought they were just going to duke it out. But I don't know why she even called Aidan. Well, I guess because she wanted him to kill Kenny. It's just like, I don't know. She kind of went too crazy this episode, and it killed her.
We should get Sam Witwer back in here so he can clarify this mess.
Tell me. But, yeah. I was kind of bummed out that she died, because she could have been a strong...
Yeah.
She just went.
She could have been a good ally for Aidan, just to be there. I think I probably would have preferred it if she left. But then again, we got to tie up loose ends more and make them ash, like we do here. Make it solid ash.
Yeah.
And I was writing down in my notes that 3 out of the 4 of Aidan's women that he's dated in the last 4 seasons are dead. The only one that's escaped has been Kat.
Yeah.
And it's just because she found out he was a vampire and she really didn't want to have anything to do with him. But now I actually wrote down, wait a minute, it's not 3 out of 4. It's actually 4 out of 5 are either dead or comatose, because Sally is ghost comatose right now. So will she survive? Will she not,
But did she wake up? Or is she like asleep and dreaming that she woke up? At the end when she's like,
yeah.
Josh, Aidan.
I think the teaser, it looked like she
up.
did wake up, but in another part of the house that's unknown to everybody, like the secret room where Lil Smokey's ghost is.
You think like her being stuck as a ghost for so long, you'd get so bored of traveling around the house, you would have found that room already.
That is kind of weird. Maybe maybe there was like blood magic hiding it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Lil Smokey storyline.
No, neither am I. But maybe they needed to put something. The writers needed to put something into this last season to make it like here's something that everybody can gang up on. And
yeah,
it's
the
like
big bad type of thing.
Yeah, like it's that big bad character in the chapter of their lives, you know, who they can all like. It's not someone who's ambiguous, like who we're gonna feel bad about, you know. It's like this is something that's totally unknown, and we can just kill it, and it's a malevolent spirit.
But I don't know. The big bad could have been the wolf pack, because even Josh and Nora, like, they're not good to them, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
They didn't kill any of the wolves. They just messed them up. So
yeah.
They might come back again for the next 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Can you believe it? We only have 3 episodes remaining.
Like, that's it.
That's it.
Period. That's so sad.
Let's briefly mention what happens with Nora. Not much, actually. She comes back only because she starts moving out. And that was the catalyst to get Sally to start talking, so us, the audience, we could hear her internal thoughts.
Because when Sally was comatose, Nora told Aidan, "She loves you, dummy."
That's right.
And
it was a good delivery right there to excrete that information to Aidan.
Yeah, it was cute, but.
And then he gets confused.
Mm-hmm. Super confused.
He was very confused in this episode. We were confused for him when he killed his wife, and now he's confused about Sally.
Yeah, because how would that even work? Because she's a ghost, you know? Can't even touch each other.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
But she can still love him.
Yeah.
And at least they share.
And hop through bodies and almost die each time.
Maybe she can maybe next time she's going to possess Nora, and then she'll make out with Aidan.
I don't know how Josh is going to feel about that. That'll be weird.
That would be weird, but I think that would be an interesting turn of events.
Aiden's just getting it this season.
Yes.
Cat, big black wolf,
yeah.
Susana.
Sally also.
Just making her rounds.
And the alternate timeline.
Other timeline.
Or how about this? She gets into Astrid. There we got a character who's on the side, and she's not really being used too much, except for, that's a wolf that Kenny's dating.
Yeah.
Maybe she could come to the house and Sally could possess her.
But I kind of like her and Kenny, because I feel like her Astrid and Kenny she kind of brings Kenny down to earth a little bit, so he doesn't become crazy bishopy.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully, but I like them together, kind of. Equal out, like maybe because of them together, it'll be a nice truce or something.
Perhaps it will be.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about does it on our topics. Let's go ahead and move into our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, I got some good tweets to talk about today. Very juicy ones. All right. So a lot of Sam Witwer tweeting a lot as usual out there, keeping it real for the folks at home tonight. So I'm so glad to see that he's out there doing that stuff. Also, Mark Pellegrino, who played Bishop, he was out there tweeting up a little bit because it was it's like St. Patty's Day, and I didn't even know he was on this new show called The Tomorrow People. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, I think I watched like 2 episodes and I recognized him and I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually does. He's the character that he is on the show is actually the main antagonist. He's always the bad guy.
Just got that face, man.
I love it. He's got that face indeed. Yeah. So he actually plays. Let's see. I forgot. Oh, the name of his character is Jedediah Price, and he's like the uncle of the main character on that show. And he's a biologist, and he's very pretty much on the show that you probably know more about the show than I do. But I guess in the not too distant future, it's kind of like X-Men.
I thought it was like normal, like present day, and they have superpowers. Some people.
Yeah, there's it's close to present day, and they have psionic abilities, which is like telepathy, telekinesis, and maybe teleportation.
Yeah, because I remember the first episode, he like teleported into somebody's house.
Exactly.
By accident.
So the 3 T's, as they call them, and so anyway, he. Mark Pellegrino's character, he is an anti-telepath, like, organization representative, and he hunts down anybody who's, like, one of those Tomorrow People.
Yeah.
And it's actually a remake of a 1970s UK show.
I think I remember, like, it sounds like a familiar name, doesn't it? The Tomorrow People?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
We actually also had Sam Witwer tweeting out some funny stuff. He said, He tweeted, when are at Megan Rath and at Kristen_Hager gonna kiss and get it over with? Hashtag being human, hashtag female bromance. Ooh, so he I'm not the only one who's thinking about this. He was thinking about this too, and he tweeted it out.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. Kristen Hager, she tweeted out from her account, don't miss a special St. Patty's Day, hashtag being human, where Josh finds a 4-leaf clover, Sally turns Aidan into a leprechaun, and Nora wears green.
I saw that one.
Well done. Did you have any news and gossip?
Yeah, I actually saw a tweet that Sam Witwer wrote to, and he's like, much like William Shatner and Real Nichelle, they had the first interracial kiss, I guess, on Star Trek. This was the first interracial gay / vamp / werewolf / ghost kiss on TV.
Oh, that's a good one.
So there you go. And it was the best / worst / most awkward day of my human character of my character's long life. Not human character.
That's great.
Yeah. And also, his guest starring role on Grimm is actually going to be on this Friday.
Oh.
So if you watch Grimm, he'll be on it this Friday.
Excellent.
Yeah, on NBC. I'm not sure what time. 10-ish? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's another good tweet that at Sam Witwer tweeted out. Funny, one of the first things I thought of at Sammy Huntington, having been aware of his work, he is taller than you think, 6'0", or at least 5'11", which is actually interesting. So he's talking about his height there, which is actually fascinating because I feel like every time I'm watching these actors on TV, Sam Witwer, Sammy Huntington, the actor that plays Mark, the werewolf guy, I just think they're so big looking. It's like, well, these guys are definitely taller than me. But then when they get in the studio and I meet him, I met Sam Witwer when he came here for the interview, and I was just like, oh man, he's like my height. I was like really surprised. So it's like, oh, then if Sammy Huntington came in, it's like, oh, you guys are like about my size. So it doesn't make me feel so bad.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little bit better.
There you go.
Well, that does it for the news and gossip. Let's move into our predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, a little sparse on the predictions tonight for me. I don't think they're as juicy as they were last week.
No.
But I'm going to say that the Being Human cast is going to find Sally in that secret room. And we're going to have Kenny thank Aidan for saving his life. And lastly, Nora is going to move back into the house next episode.
Yeah, I said that too. Nora and Josh are just going to be together. Let's be honest. They're going to end up together.
Of course. Come on, they're married.
Yeah.
Married werewolves. Right? Where else have you seen married werewolves on another TV show or a movie? No place else except for Being Human.
No, unless like Eddie from the Munsters, does he get married? No?
I don't know.
That's the first thing
I'll have to do my 1930s movie nights to find out, or TV show nights.
I just put that we find out about Lil Smokey. Please, let us just find out a little bit, because just like disappeared for how many episodes, and then now hopefully it looks like that we're going to find out. And Sally and Aidan are going to somehow get together and figure it out, and I don't know.
She's going to possess somebody else, maybe. She's going to just do a little ghost makeout session with him.
That, or she's going to find her door, and he's going to be, like, heartbroken.
Oh, man. Find her door. I don't think I don't think she would be able to find her door, though, because she passed it. And once a ghost, like, gives up their door and they don't go through it, I don't think they can ever get it. And she may not even be able to get it because she's, like...
A witch ghost.
Yeah, like a witch ghost zombie, you know, brought back so many times from the dead thing that, okay, you already had a bunch of lives and chances, we're not going to give you another door.
Yeah.
Unless she conjures a door, which probably still wouldn't.
It'll be a weird door.
Yeah, it
to
wouldn't
like
be
hell or something.
Yeah, or another witch's stomach. It wouldn't be legit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we will definitely see, Kelly. So once again, you guys at home, thank you so much for joining us here at AfterBuzz TV's Being Human podcast. Go ahead and give us a follow. You can follow me at Sean Austin O on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can follow me, Kelly, at Holly Weirdo on Twitter and Instagram too.
Thanks so much, guys, and we'll buzz with you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.